Anyway, should we do our top 10 for that?
Raises a good question, doesn't it?
It really does raise a good question. Who are the most influential players in the Premier League? Now, I rephrased this in my head as essential.
I've just done it as what Lewis told us to.
Yeah, so it's not. So explain if you're listening. It's not necessarily the best players,
No.
but it's like if you take that person out the team, that team falls off a cliff.
Yeah, I agree. Or the drop off from the person that is no longer in that team to their replacement is so vast.
Yeah.
That it's hard
because it could be like a worse player, but it's like you said with Alisson, like they have great cover, so it's like you're not going to be too fucked.
Right, who wants to kick it off?
I'll go.
Okay, cool.
Have you included is this only on the pitch?
No.
Yeah.
What? No one put managers in.
No, as in like for example, like Rashford's his influence off the pitch is greater than on the pitch at the moment.
No, it's not influence. It's not.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just double checking.
Do how he interprets it.
Okay, right.
Yeah, he's interpreted how he's done it. Let's do it.
I know, I've done most on the pitch.
Because you're going to put Dan Burn first because he's great in the changing room. That's not.
He's influential.
This clip from Pitchside is brought to you by Super 6. Come on, it's back. Super 6 are giving you the chance to win £250,000 this weekend, but you've got to be in it to win it. All you need to do is correctly predict 6 fixtures, and if you do that, you could win, as I say, 250 grand. Head over to the Super 6 app for free with a chance to win the jackpot. You can also compete against myself, Tom, and Theo in the official Pitchside Mini League, where the code to join that is PTCH24, and we also give away a £100 classic football shirt voucher every single round. It's super simple. Just predict your 6 scores, enter your golden goal, hit submit, and you're all set. Follow the link in the description and sign up now. Yeah.
Right, number 10, Isaac.
Ooh, interesting, Thomas. Very interesting.
Why you thought he'd be higher?
I thought it'd be way higher.
I haven't got him.
I think they can cope without him.
I agree. That's why I've not got him in my list.
I think they're a lot shitter when he doesn't play.
Oh, of course, but Wilson's not like having fucking.
Is he even back? Is he even fit?
Come on in.
Yeah, but he'll be gone again soon.
But they took him off in the cup final, didn't they? Like Isaac can. He's not.
Yeah, it's an opinion.
Asula has also got energy. He's nowhere near as good, but he can get about the pitch.
Yeah, and they have other good players where it's not like it wouldn't be the end of the world. It would be bad. But
I think your attacking depth can cover him if he's not there. In terms of like Gordon, Barnes, Murphy.
Even the midfield, like yeah. And number 9, I got Kamara from Villa.
Oh, good shout.
8th, I got Mbuemo.
Yeah.
7th, Saka.
Mbuemo is an interesting one. I think.
I disagree with Saka. They were fine. Just fine.
Nah, but with
really.
Saka, they're probably challenging for the title, aren't they?
Yeah,
they are.
Fuck, I don't know. I don't think any of them. I think Arsenal have this like propaganda thing where like they say they can't.
I've done too many players here.
Can't live without certain
If you had
players.
Saka all season, you'd be challenging for the title. But
that's what my point was.
Him coming back right now isn't going to change anything.
Mate, they said it about Ødegaard though. It's like, oh, we can't do without Ødegaard. It's always something. I think he's always fine. I think he's always fine. Your system's strong. Yeah, you could do with them, but it's not like top 10 in the league.
It's glaringly obvious that our attacking.
You claimed you were missing Ødegaard and you can't play without him. And he's came back and he's been shit.
And goals win your titles.
What influences Ødegaard? Yeah, but you
were just wanking about you scoring 9 goals against PSV, so your attack hasn't fell off.
Exactly.
Not in the league, Tom.
What?
Not in the league.
So they're Champions League team, aren't they?
I don't understand. You guys flip-flop.
But Theo, can you not remember?
Flip-flopping?
Theo, can you not remember earlier on in the season you saying, "Oh, Ødegaard, we need Ødegaard back." Both of you were saying it, and he's came back and he's not really done anything. If I'm honest,
I'll hold my hands up, and that's another reason why he's not made.
He's have a good system, so he can manage without these players because he's came back. He's wank anyways.
I don't.
Yeah, but he's
not talking about Ødegaard. We're talking about Bukayo Saka.
No, but you said it about Ødegaard, and it's the same for Saka. You have.
In fairness to like.
It's not the same.
In fairness to responding, Ødegaard has been really poor since he's returned.
Yeah.
What your results have been steady since you've missed Saka. They haven't like fell off a cliff.
Their lack of goals.
Yeah, we had nothing to contribute.
Also, I thought you're an Arsenal fan now. What are you doing?
I am an Arsenal. You're going to win the Champions League. Gunners.
Right, 6th, I got Salah. 5th, Bruno Fernandes. 4th, Cunha. 3rd, Van Dijk. 2nd, Palmer. 1st, Rodri.
Palmer 2nd.
Without Palmer, Chelsea do nothing.
Damn.
But
he carried.
I agree with you. But as of recently as well.
He hasn't been great recently, but...
What's he doing?
Generally speaker.
Fraud watch.
We could have said that about Isaac at the start of the season.
And also-
He had
a bad spell.
He had an Almiron patch.
No, he's also got kids in the school going like that in their celebrations, so he's influenced off the pitch as well.
We're talking about kids in school.
I literally just told you why, so don't make it weird.
Oh.
Very immature.
Don't worry, Theo. We'll cut that.
Why are we cutting that?
Don't worry, Theo. We'll cut it.
Because you're
Why are we
not...
cutting that?
Because you're not allowed to talk about kids in school.
He's
don't you
influenced people
remember?
off the pitch
Theo,
and
don't
on
worry.
the
We'll
pitch.
cut. Let's bring it back here.
I didn't realise I'm in a room full of immature idiots.
It's all right. No, it's all right. We'll cut it, mate.
We'll
You're not
cut
going to
it,
get
we'll
arrested
cut it.
again.
Are you immature or are
cut
you
it.
just, like grown adults? I'm not too sure.
Cut it.
I'm not partaking, mate. I'm a Buddhist now. So
When?
namaste.
Right. Do you want to do yours? I think that's a pretty fucking solid list.
All right, yeah.
Who's your top one? Palmer's your top one.
No, second.
Who's top? Rodri.
Do
Rodri,
you listen?
yeah.
Sometimes.
Number 10, I think he deserves a mention, even though we've basically just shunned him for the last like 10, 15 minutes. Erling Haaland, I think, Okay, move on.
Fair shout. It's a
9,
very fair shout, actually.
9, Mbuemo. 8, Matthias Cunha. He is absolutely essential for Wolves, but
Saying he
I
wants
just,
to leave
I
now,
just
innit?
think there's 7 players
You
that...
see his interview?
I think without him, they would have gone down this
Yeah, I
season.
agree. What
That's why
about
he said
Mbuemo
he's-
though? Do you think?
Without him, they would.
No, I know he's definitely Brentford's best player.
But this is
But
slightly...
like, they have Visa.
Yeah, I
Damsgaard's
agree, but
playing
this
well.
is
Do you know what I
slightly...
mean?
The way I
No, they
saw it
can't
is
do what he does, though.
slightly talismanic as well.
Yeah.
Like,
I hear your point.
A lot of
I'm
stuff
trying to
goes...
play devil's advocate
yeah.
here.
7, Cole Palmer. Maybe that's recency bias.
7? That's harsh, man.
Man.
Come on, for the last year and a half, he's been arguably the best player in the league.
Yeah, well, I didn't have a go at any
Sorry, I
of
was just saying.
6, Isak. 5, Saka. 4th, Bruno Fernandes. What's going on outside? 3, Mohamed Salah. I don't understand why he's not higher on yours. Well, I do understand why he's not higher on yours, actually, but I think he should be top 3.
No point even saying that to him these days.
The drop-off is what? The replacement of Harvey Elliott? Who doesn't get 20-20
I would
each
argue
season?
that I know how important
They
Salah's
can get
been for
away
them.
with not having Salah.
I think they'll be fine.
Like the PSG game, but he didn't play in those,
Only
did he?
because if you look at Liverpool's attacking
Well, he
players,
played against
they have,
Newcastle as well. He weren't there.
Their front line is actually quite strong.
Mate, he's got like 50
No, I'm
goals.
I'm not denying that, but I think say they lose him for the end of the season, right? Say he's injured now.
They're still going to win the league.
I think they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh, well, that's probably because...
You are right, though, because if they would have played him against Newcastle in the final or the PSG game,
Right,
they might have gone through
really
those
good.
games.
Like, he could have
Why didn't he
impacted
play
it.
though?
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, mental.
And
Second,
Chiesa come on and was way better than
And
him.
scored, actually.
Yeah, but...
second, I think, is Van Dijk, and then first is Rodri. I think Van Dijk to anyone in the league is just a
They
huge
have good
drop-off.
cover there, though.
I think you're missing a centre back.
They don't have enough... But that's the thing. Liverpool
Yeah,
don't have a lot of cover at
I
centre-half,
thought-
and he's
saw that
the
in the
glue.
past.
Anyway.
Yeah, I thought Saliba, but then I thought we can actually get by if he doesn't play a couple
'cause
games.
Gabriel's
Like Timber moves inside, or
Yeah, but you saw when Saliba went missing last year.
that's different because
You know what I mean?
well, that's the reason why Palmer's a little lower for me.
Who's your second choice keeper?
Neto.
Okay.
He doesn't play out wide anymore. And he said he was like,
That was
they
good.
draw nil.
It's a bit small.
Wait, this is irrelevant. You see the clip of Walker shouting at João Felix saying he's
You're
not
not Messi.
You're
Pass
not
the ball.
Messi. It's fucking true, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it was beast mode. Well, he
might
isn't
be
Messi, is he?
How do you know that?
No,
Prove it.
his name's João
Walker
Felix.
Looks different.
No, Walker was shouting at
How
João
do you know he
Felix.
hasn't got one of those
When?
things on?
I guess I
No,
don't.
genuinely.
At AC Milan at
guess
the
I don't.
weekend.
Oh, I see. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Or when did you ask?
All right.
No.
All right.
Can I say the correct list then?
What about me?
You did it.
No, I haven't. Luke, are you in the room?
He's not listening.
I'm
is
sure
he?
he just
You
said
got your
so.
brand new T-shirt on. I'm proud of you.
It's
for
not
buying
brand new.
it. It is brand new. I'm surprised about this one actually.
Oh, breaking news, by the way. Haaland out for 7 weeks.
Oh, there you go, mate. We'll see,
End of the
how
season,
important
then.
he is then, I suppose.
So you probably missed the season, end of the season, really, wouldn't it?
They're missing out on Champions League because of that. That's
I'm
fucking
telling you,
beast
man,
mode.
Forest's going to beat him.
I think you'll be surprised with how much Marmouche is about to cook. 10th, I got Trent. I think they really, really miss him at right. But I know Conor Bradley's good, but they miss the range of passing. You saw.
And they've been getting stuck into him recently for being shit.
Pardon?
Liverpool fans.
No,
Yeah, it was 'cause he's going Madrid,
He's
innit?
going Madrid.
No, in previously, I can't remember what games, and he was getting bailed out because he
I
was
think
still
when
grinding
he
results.
does
Doku,
I think when he
And
doesn't,
United as well at home.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
cut,
Like,
you
he's,
know.
I don't know.
when Trent doesn't play, I just think they're like he didn't play in the final. Did he not play in the final? Didn't he?
I don't know. A lot of them didn't
No,
play.
and
They had the B
Liverpool,
team out. It looked
but
like.
Liverpool just didn't look. It looked like they were missing his range of passing and stuff like that.
All
so I got
credit to
10th.
Newcastle.
9th, I got Cunha. 8th, I got Salah, spelt Salah.
Salam.
Shalom.
Shalom. Yeah, 8 Salah. 7th, Bruno F. Bruno F could actually be higher. I think if without Bruno Fernandes, Man United could be in the relegation zone.
He was very close to being top 3 for me.
Just spat all on his phone.
When he said about take Cunha out, Wolves go down.
Same like Man United.
Yeah, Bruno Fernandes doesn't play. They are in big trouble.
Bruno needs to leave, man. He needs to go to a better club. 6, I've got Bruno G. I didn't know whether to go Bruno G or Joelinton, but I think when Bruno G doesn't
But do you
play...
not think they have enough depth in midfield to cope with him not playing? See, I did think about maybe including him in the top 10.
When Bruno G doesn't play, man, they don't seem to be clicking.
Because it could Tonali, Joelinton and Willock.
You went with the wrong choice.
You went Joelinton, didn't you?
Bruno G's easier.
I still think it's Bruno G.
You got to think though, we can replicate Bruno's role. We can't replicate Joelinton's role.
Hey.
Like Willock can go on and play the more advanced attacking role.
I hear you as a Newcastle fan. You know more about Newcastle than I do, and I hear you. And
why is he trying to be so diplomatic?
Hey, no, this is good ball knowledge.
I'm listening to a guy who knows more about the subject than I do.
What he's doing is
pretending to okay, I hear you.
No, what he's doing is
we
he's
judge
listening.
and we listen and we don't judge.
No, we're listening and we're communicating and we're benefiting each other.
Sorry, Garratt.
God forbid we act like adults over here.
Sorry,
That's how we operate. Sorry
so if I were allowed to change, obviously I'm not, because the rules are the rules at the end of the day. I would replace Bruno G with Joelinton after hearing your point.
You think Bruno G's more...
I don't know if you just heard what I said.
No. Then Salah and Bruno Fernandes are to their clubs.
Yes. 4th. Oh, sorry, no, 5th. Actually, I hear your point there again, and I may have made a mistake.
You wonder what you get cooked.
And I think Bruno Fernandes is actually more influential.
But not Salah. You're just ignoring him.
Salah's way more influential to Liverpool than Bruno.
You think Salah's less important to Liverpool than Bruno?
I think what I've done there, I put the G and the F the wrong way round, and then in Salam, I don't know what Salam's doing there. I don't know. Anyways, 5th, Cole Palmer. 4th, Van Dijk. 3rd, Saliba. 2nd, Saka. 1st, Rodri.
You think Saka's more important to Arsenal
Saliba and Saka, 3rd and 2nd?
I can't back that.
With Saliba?
Yeah, I think last
Wait, you think Saliba's more important than Van Dijk?
Yeah.
I think right now...
What is this list?
What have you done? You got one position correct in my eyes, and that's number 1.
What have you actually done on that list? That's a terrorist list. That's FBI's most wanted top 10.
Okay, no need to be exaggerating here, Thomas. Okay.
Saka's the second most influential player in the league to his team.
Yeah. I don't think that's horrendous.
Without him, you're still second. You're still in the quarterfinals of the Champions League.
All right, we're out Liverpool. They're still first with Salah.
They're out of every competition.
What,
They're out of every other competition.
what's your point?
They've already won the league.
They're out of every competition with Salah, mate.
Yeah.
So, I don't get your point.
He's the...
So what's your point? No, explain your point, please.
I don't understand. Saliba's the 3rd most influential player in the league.
I think you look at last year when we lost him, it went to shit again.
Yeah, but that's because we hadn't replaced him the 2nd position for that. Whereas
Right-sided centre-back.
Yeah, whereas in Liverpool now, it's like...
I don't think
it's Quansah instead of...
No, I hear you out, but I don't think it's just like fucking... Like I've shot someone over here. Like, why are you acting like that? It's a bit bizarre, actually. Yeah.
I think the depth that we have now means that
I hear you.
shouldn't
I still
be
think
as high.
Saka's second, though, for sure. I'm backing. I'll die on that on a hill.
You can have
100%. And you could see it this
can be
season.
entitled
It's the most
to that.
glaringly obvious thing apart from City losing Rodri.
What's the drop off?
Saliba over Salah to me is just like
What has been your drop off without him?
He does make
Not
a good
scoring
point.
goals.
Yeah, not as many goals. No, not
Yeah,
many
lack of goals.
Right.
What is the most important thing in football?
Right,
Tom?
yes.
Scoring goals.
Why-
Scoring goals wins you leagues. Wins you titles,
Where
wins
were
you
you
games.
before you got injured?
I don't know.
Second. Where are you now?
Just to counter that point,
We're still in the
if
Champions
that's if that's what you truly believe football is about, why is the highest goal contributor 8th in the top 10?
Because I think if Liverpool...
Oh, he's cooked, yeah.
About to reply, actually.
fucking-
Because I think if Liverpool lose Salah, I know obviously he gets a lot of penalties, a lot of goals and whatnot, but I think they have a good enough depth to be okay without him. Does that make sense?
I
But
mean,
have you
I'll
not
let
been
you have it, but
okay
I
without
disagree.
Saka? Like in terms of results?
Not in
Forget
terms
lack of goals. Yes,
though,
yes,
Tom.
you have.
You know what I
You haven't
mean?
been as
Like,
potent going forward, other than the 9 goals you like to bring up all the time against PSV.
mentioned it once.
You were second before he got injured, and you're second now, and you're still in the Champions League.
You also have the 2nd most goals in the league, it looks like.
What I don't get the massive drop off you've had.
The goals output.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. And like also the way we're playing, like you can see, like yes, Nwaneri's been good, but again, he's been injured a little bit. Like when you're starting like Sterling and stuff like that. No offense to Sterling, but it's not the same. It's not the same level of caliber of player.
Yeah, I agree with that. No one denies that, but
No, I'm entitled to my opinion.
No, what he's saying is there's no.
We're
What he's saying is there's no drop off on your
it.
position. There's no.
There is a drop off from Saka. Of course there is.
No.
Yeah, there
no,
is.
No,
There's a huge drop
No,
off.
the
That's what I'm
position you
saying.
are in the table to where you were last season, there's no drop off. There's no noticeable difference with or without Saka. Although yes, in game, yes, but it hasn't. No, what we're saying is it hasn't affected the table.
No, but you could say it has because the games we lost. You could say that maybe with Saka we would win those games, which means we'd be either closer to Liverpool or above Liverpool. That's my reasoning. I don't think it's a complicated
I echo what
reasoning.
you're saying in terms of importance of Saka, but that should also apply to Mohamed Salah.
And Bruno Fernandes.
Like having him that much
But we also don't know about Salah.
If you had Saka...
Do you see what I'm saying? So with Salah, it's a hypothetical thing.
Yeah, but
we don't know what Liverpool
no,
like without
it's not hypothetical when he's 40-plus goal contributions. It can't be hypothetical if he's
bro, come on.
Contributed 40 times.
Where have you got Salah in your list?
Yeah, I think you're both wrong.
Theo,
He should be top 3.
If you had Saka, do you think you win the league this year if you didn't get injured?
I think it's a lot closer, yeah.
But do you think you do it?
Potentially, yeah.
You gonna do it?
But like, yes or no?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, but I'm allowed to say like.
Yeah, you're allowed to. I'm just trying to get an actual definitive yes or no.
Well, I don't know because I don't predict the future or like.
Look at your heart. What are we doing here? Don't say, you're talking like a politician. I think we'll be a lot closer.
Obviously, no one knows. He's
no one
asking,
knows.
what do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah,
do you think in your goal?
You think you would have won the league?
I think so. Yeah, I think he makes that much of a difference to us.
That's a fair.
That's fine.
You're more than entitled to that. I think that's crazy to have him second.
I think it's crazy that you think that's crazy.
But then also, if he does think but if he thinks Arsenal win the league with Saka, then that is quite influential. If
that's what I mean. That's
at
what
least it means it
but
matters
his
up.
reasoning is
But
completely
also
fair.
why-
And it's right. If he does think that, then he should have him second. I think that's batshit crazy because they're still in the same position they was with him or without him. Like,
I agree.
But we were closer. Do you see what I mean?
How many? It's just
I think we're a lot closer, weren't we? But also, I think we're going to beat
You were
Real
still
Madrid.
bottling games against Villa with him.
Like Theo, you've won your last
Cheap, that
5
was
games.
How's that cheap? Like
Cheap, Tom. Cheap.
Saka's brilliant, and he's very. Saliba's worse, by the way. I don't even got onto him.
I just looked. Historical data shows.
Fucking hell. So just because the 2 players you've had have both got injured and then you still haven't won the league, but you never win the league, so it doesn't matter if they're there or not, does it? You might as well have fucking Scooby-Doo at the back.
You know, if I cared so much about this, I'd nitpick everything of your list as well.
I'm not why'd you do that? No one's nitpicking. I just disagree with those 2 players. You've disagreed with
And
some
you're
of
absolutely
mine.
entitled to your opinion.
I thought the
Why
top.
did you turn into,
I honestly thought the top 3 would
time,
be
like,
locked.
so
I thought we'd have a unanimous top 3, but
my thing
Turns
with
out
Salah is, first of all, I got an agenda, and second of all, I do the ones above. Like, I think Van Dijk's more important to Liverpool than Salah.
so do I.
Yeah, and
Do you not think like Palmer's more important to Chelsea? than
yeah,
Salah
I
is to
think
Liverpool?
without Palmer, Chelsea would finish like 10th.
I think Bruno Fernandes
40+ goals.
Bruno
Okay, yes, true, but without
that's
without
different to
Salah,
like
Bruno is.
without Salah, Liverpool more than 100% finish top 4, don't they?
We don't know that.
Come on, no, let's no. Okay, we don't know that.
What about
Let's
Bruno
just-
Fernandes?
No,
at United?
what do you mean?
Okay.
We don't know that.
Do you
He's
think-
he's monopolised the goal contributions at Liverpool. He's got like 60+% of
Right.
goal contributions.
Do you think without Salah they'd finish top 4 easily?
Not easily, but maybe.
Okay, fair enough.
I'd actually go as far as saying maybe. I know I've got Salah 1 above Cunha, but you could make a serious argument that Cunha is more important to Wolves than Salah is to Liverpool.
I've got Cunha 4th.
Yeah.
I think Cunha's like, without him, they're fucked. They're so shit without him.
I really don't see the logic, lads. How do you replace a guy
For
that...
someone so smart that you can't see that logic.
No. No, but I'm saying we always talk about like getting a striker that has 20 goals a season, and you know how do you even do that? That's so difficult.
So why's Haaland 10th for you then?
He has to be mentioned, I think, but I don't think he's.
But that's
I
your
don't think
logic.
he's
Why is Haaland
But he scored a lot of goals.
You've just been cooked.
Contradiction.
It's not a contradiction.
Contradiction.
He is right though. If you're talking about, then Isak should be higher. Then we can't just.
I have him.
The
sixth.
reason I have Salah 6th isn't because I'm downplaying how good Mohamed Salah is. I'm actually bigging up how good Liverpool are.
You're bigging up
in
as well the
general,
depth they've got up front.
and then the depth they have going
I don't
forward.
think because he's so robust
I don't
and so like just you never see him miss minutes. We would never know
Also
how
never see
they
him.
play
I know,
without
but
him.
this is hypothetical list.
Also,
No, of course,
You've
but-
never seen him play in a final either.
But the point is,
It's a joke.
Bruno Fernandes, another 90-minute man. You'd never know how Man United were without him because he never gets injured.
Now you would know how Man United are.
But you
without-
know, but you still know how important he is. Is the point I'm making?
Yeah, I'm not denying how important Salah is, and without him, they wouldn't be able to replace his goals. But I think the goals would be distributed elsewhere. Not the same amount, but I think Liverpool are that good. They distribute it elsewhere. I think others would take more of a star role.
I think if you look at other clubs and there's certain players, like you can see that right now, like Cunha's carrying Wolves. Bruno Fernandes carrying Manchester United.
Palmer carries Chelsea for the last year and a half. Like
I'm not disagreeing with those.
I think I actually think the way I've done my list is basically I've done what is the drop off without these players, like in terms of like percentage. Yeah. I think without Salah they maybe drop off 20%. 20-30%.
Because I know
without Van Dijk, I think they dropped like 40%.
I totally agree with that one.
Without Palmer, I genuinely think Chelsea dropped like 60, 50, 60%. They're that bad without him. Without Palmer, they don't create anything. They don't score like
similar to Arsenal. No Saka.
It's not though. He's the second highest scorers in the league.
Thanks to Saka.
He's been out for how long?
Exactly, that's my point. That's my point.
You're still second in the league with him. Without him, sorry. You're still in the Champions League quarterfinals without him. Like, he's not the second most influential in the league. Your drop off without Saka. Also, your drop off with Saka has coincided with other players being out. It's not just him, is it?
Great point from Tom Garratt there.
Saka's not. If you still had a full strip, you were still challenging for the title without Saka.
Well, he's just cooked you there.
It's multiple players being out. It's the whole front line being out that's cooked you.
Let's make a bet.
What's a bet?
The bet is not only do Arsenal beat Real Madrid and go through, Saka plays a pivotal role in it.
How are we going to quantify
Scores!
that? I've already said I'll have the bet with you about Arsenal Real Madrid.
Don't get nervous. I'm starting to get
Don't get nervous.
Did you have one?
Yeah.
It's the Newcastle lineup from the cup final.
It could easily be that, to be fair. 10th. It pains me to say this, but Pickford. No one's got him. They would be relegated years ago if it wasn't for him.
It's not. Do you know what? I don't know.
That might be one of the greatest shouts you've ever done.
I actually don't hate that shout at all.
He has small arms.
He's surprised. He's really surprised.
That was actually really fun watching your faces where it wasn't instant anger.
That. Yeah. I like it a lot.
Oh, let's carry it on. 9th, Mbeumo.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, that's exactly where I have him. So
I get used to this.
I'm shouting at.
I get used to this.
Liam Delap.
Callum Wilson.
There's got to be a sound for it.
Okay, come
Tonali.
On. 8th, Jared Bowen. Won them.
Good shout.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's a really good shout.
Oh my god, I'm cooking.
Oh look, yeah.
I did
won them a European trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're not just doing it historically. We're doing
No, but I'm like just saying that. That's
this season has to count as well.
Keep me on side.
I did think of Bowen, but that is a great shout.
Oh my god.
Are you really close when you obviously thought of Bowen?
What?
What did you say?
What?
I don't know what he was trying to get.
No, you were saying you were thinking of Bowen. No?
I think it's a good shout. I think
convenient. That's what I'm saying.
My God,
that unknown player, Jared Bowen.
Okay, let's
see. He almost put him in though.
Let's see how far we can keep going. 7th, Palmer.
A bit low. I think a bit low.
Yeah, that's fine, mate.
Oh, shit. But good name.
That's fine.
Yeah, good name.
If you have 6 more important ones, then that's fine, mate. Don't worry.
But he won't.
My thing with that is, I think without Palmer, I still think Chelsea sit around similar where they are. They have a strong team. I don't think they're not going to fall any further without him.
Kunku would get more game time.
Yeah.
Kunku's shit.
He's not shit.
He's not.
He's fucking rubbish.
Tom, let's keep on the good job train.
Palmer should be way high. Especially you're talking about Jared Bowen won them a European trophy fucking 30 years ago. Palmer's done it for the last 2 years at Chelsea.
They would have solutions though. I think that's
they do have solutions.
They've got such a depth in
who can do the job he does at Chelsea?
They would find someone. He's very talismanic.
Oh man, I'm asking you.
Let me go through the fucking Chelsea squad.
Name out there quickly.
Nicholas Jackson, drop deeper, it's fine.
Fuck off.
You can't.
You are.
What if Arsenal lost Declan Rice?
Yeah, Rice.
I was thinking about this actually.
Drewsbury.
Drew.
Not to the level of Cole.
But they have someone there who can come in.
Yeah. He's right.
So, what is he not good enough, Tom?
He's not as good as Cole Palmer.
I'm not saying he is, but he can fill that role.
Stop calling him that.
Yeah.
No, all these players have replacements. They're just nowhere near the level. What do you want about? Someone can come in.
Who's going to come in instead of Bowen?
Yeah,
Who's coming in instead of Bowen?
Central.
Oh, yeah, he's played that role a lot.
And Kunku.
Who's coming in instead of Bowen then?
Cam.
Rich James.
Who's coming in instead of Bowen?
In the 10.
Somerville.
Come on, shut the fuck up.
The drop from Bowen to Somerville is not as far as fucking Cole Palmer to Enzo Fernandez in the 10.
It is.
And I'm not saying Enzo, he's shit. I'm not. That's I didn't say that.
Is he?
Anyways, let's
fucking
continue
is,
with the list. So I'm doing really good, guys.
You started really well.
We're still going
Palmer
good.
should be way higher.
6th, Bruno Fernandes.
Love it, Lou. You're a great guy.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
He's
really
gonna have
excited
Joe
here.
Linton top 3.
5th, Joe Linton. No other player like him in the Premier League.
That means Isak's even higher then, in that case.
4th, Alexander Isak.
Yes.
I was actually tempted to revert those.
He's not more important than Palmer, though, is he?
To Newcastle, he is.
I don't think he is.
He really
I agree, Lewis.
He really
You
is.
without Isak are a better team than Chelsea without Palmer.
This is the problem. You're thinking like Wilson. Wilson's not been available.
No.
all
You
season,
could fucking put you up front. You without Isak, you're a better team than Chelsea without Palmer.
That's just not true. Is it?
Yes, it is.
Isak is like very irreplaceable for the moment because he drops steep now and starts getting involved with all phases of play. He does the
Palmer
cane
doesn't
roll.
do that, does he?
I'm not comparing which player's better. I'm saying we don't have players who can do that in our team.
You're a better team than Chelsea if you take Palmer and Isak out of both teams.
No.
What?
I don't know. That's hard.
Good question.
I really don't know. That's like splitting hairs.
How's Lewis going to respond to that?
You're definitely better than Chelsea if you take those two players out. Undoubtedly.
I don't think we can replicate the goals the same way Chelsea could without Palmer. I don't think we can replicate that at all.
Lewis makes a great point.
I think Palmer's goals are harder to replicate than Isak's. Isak's a striker who's finishing in the box mainly. Palmer's the one dropping deep, creating all the goals.
Right, in your world, who's coming in instead of Isak? Because Wilson's not been available all season.
Okay, no, but he is now. He is right now, isn't he? So Wilson.
No, we're talking. No,
Wilson's
that's not it. We're talking realistically. It's
Why can't Wilson be the answer?
Mate, even recently when we didn't have Isak, it's Gordon who was going up front.
Yeah,
we have
okay,
Gordon as a striker.
But that's a better replacement than fucking Enzo in the 10.
I didn't say Enzo, I'm saying Drewsby.
Stop doing that. Drewsby.
You've met him, have some respect.
I do, that's why I was saying his name.
No, Lewis is a bit.
I know, actually. I actually know I'm right on this one. They have so much more cover. They have Nkunku and Drewsbury. We have Gordon going up front.
And Nkunku.
And then when Gordon goes up front, I guess we have higher bars than
As a neutral viewer watching this, Lewis is coming out some really interesting things and saying it as his opinion, whereas you're coming out back very angry and
you're
not
just
saying
saying I'm wrong.
You're saying you're wrong facts.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I asked you for your opinion.
So you're being mature.
And I don't believe
I'm being a mature.
He's getting angry and stating facts.
I don't believe
facts. They're just his opinion, but he's saying they're facts.
You don't believe that Newcastle are worse than Chelsea if you take those two players out.
I think
you're only saying that to try and back your argument.
That's not the question. The question is,
that was the question I asked.
That's irrelevant from the question that we're doing this list off.
I'm pretty sure when we broke down the 20, we did put Newcastle ahead of them, no?
Yeah.
The question is, which team suffers more when you take the player out?
No.
Didn't we?
No.
That was with Palmer.
No, what we came to was Newcastle was a better team, but then we didn't include the depth there. The question is, which team suffers the most when you take those players out?
I actually fully agree with you. I think Isak's more important.
Wait, Lou, didn't I'm genuinely asking this as a point of wanting to learn and better myself.
That's good.
You know when Isak got injured recently, like the last few months, didn't he? How did you cope with that?
We had Gordon going up front for a little bit.
How did that go? I actually don't know.
They drew Man City 1-1.
Bit rough,
You drew Man City?
We've been much better with Isak returning.
No, of course.
Of course.
No.
I was just genuinely asking how you did.
No, we've had a dodgy season until we went on that win streak. Like we were fucking a bit fucked for a while. Remember, we were like 13th.
Yep.
It wasn't beast mode. Then Isak started cooking. I mean, literally, to be fair, we can't actually look at it and say we were 13th. Isak started cooking, and now we're in Champions League places.
Yeah.
And won a trophy.
Yeah,
so,
I'd say that's a common Lewis W there.
Mate,
Moving on.
it's only continuing as well. Number 3, Mohamed Salah.
Come on, Lou.
Number 2, use all huge L, missing this guy out. Chris Wood.
So your Van Dijk's not in your top 10?
Chris Wood.
God.
Or Rodri? Which one did you not put in?
First, Rodri.
I don't have the energy for that.
I can understand your
How
Chris
do we
Wood
not have
shout.
the energy, by the way, for Chris Wood, Nottingham Forest 3rd in the league?
I honestly think that's the worst top 10 for not having Van Dijk in your list.
Fuck off. They have Konate, Kwanzaa.
They got Van Dijk.
They got shit. They got plenty of cover.
I understand
What,
why
Kwanzaa?
you have Chris Wood in
play him
your...
in centre-back,
I
he'll be
understand
right.
why you have Chris
Well,
Wood
he
in
does
your
play
top
there.
10,
Gomez?
but I'm not sure about second.
Gomez?
You think the drop off between Van Dijk and Joe Gomez?
I'm saying they got cover.
Is
Chris Wood has propelled
They've got a
them
one
to
year.
3rd.
They've got a one year.
Yeah.
He's nothing. No, Chris Wood. Chris Wood, how many goals has he got, mate?
Before Chris Wood was playing, he was one banging in all the goals.
Yeah, then he fell off, mate.
That is
Chris
crazy.
Woodinho.
Dude. I was so fine.
He's got 18 goals.
Where's Haaland in your list then?
He's shit.
Wait, guys, we're about to witness either a Lewis Dub or a Lewis L.
I think he's already in
because Chris Wood is currently injured and he's not going to play against Man United potentially.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens in that game.
No.
I actually think I've got the best list.
You haven't.
I'm fine with you including Chris Wood in the top 10 if you want to. But to put him second and not include Virgil van Dijk.
Mate, Liverpool got like 11 centre-backs.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
they don't.
You got 11.
They got fucking tons.
Is Rodri number 1 for you?
Yeah.
You know ball, man.
Yeah, but City got loads of midfielders.
Yeah, not as good as him, though.
Oh, right. Sorry.
He makes a great point.
Let us know your list in the comments below.
Yes.
You're doing so well, mate, as well.
I did well. Really I think that might be my best. It's fun, like, not being shouted at. I feel like proud.
Lewis, I'm proud of you, man.
Thanks, man.
You're actually a good guy, you know. If only there was someone who was level-headed who could argue.
We have mature conversation and debate and try and better educate ourselves.
Instead of just shouting.
It's not a competition of who's right or wrong.
In this beautiful space that we call home.
It's not about being right or wrong. It's about talking with friends and listening to their thoughts and feelings.
So you think Pickford's more important than Van Dijk?
I could see his
He
point.
is to Everton, yeah. They'd be in the fucking League One.
Yeah,
if he wasn't there, they'd be League One.
Right.
That makes it.
They would be League One.
Okay, now genuine question. Where do you think Liverpool would be without Van Dijk?
In the Premier League?
Oh, well,
they'd still win the league. They'd still win.
If we're doing it by league, then
do you think they would have won the league without Van Dijk?
No.
Definitely would have.
Okay.
What's their competition?
Think they win the league without
Forest would
Salah?
have got it.
No.
What about
Interesting.
McAllister?
I don't know.